Back at the Giants Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, Steve Penstone in the booth. Tim's back up here after our somewhat failed experiment down below, and he'll be back in the booth for the second period. But right now joined by Joe Battista and another great crowd in an AHL, NHL building, Joe.
Yeah, this is, it's just wonderful to see the turnout. And, they had a good pre-sale, but an excellent walk-up as well. And, I looked out about 10 minutes before 7 and saw the line waiting outside to buy tickets, and it was amazing. So this is, again, I just have to hope that this is a glimpse of great things to come once we open up Pegula Ice Arena.
We have talked about that, both on, Tim and I have talked about it on the air. We've talked about it over some adult beverages at time. Is there a concern next year that, after the first few games, maybe it won't be a full building every night?
Well, only from the standpoint that we have to remember the population base of State College. When you have, the kind of choices,
right.
National championship wrestling program, outstanding basketball program with the Lady Lions, the men's program that I'm still convinced under Pat Chambers is it's going to get better. Volleyball, gymnastics, and then that doesn't include the folks that have dinner reservations, and so I'm not going to take anything for granted.
Right.
None of us are gonna, but certainly the indications are that we're heading in the right. We've got momentum. We're heading in the right direction. Matter of fact, there was an article in the Sports Business Journal this past week that all about Penn State hockey being a hot property, and let's make sure we keep the momentum going.
We certainly have been this year. Here in Wells Fargo and Console and the Blue Cross up in Rochester, and just about everywhere we go, as Guy said in the pregame interview, and he says it every week. I mean, Penn State travels well, and they're doing it for hockey.
Well, and you look at this crowd here tonight, and it is amazing how many of these people are wearing Penn State hockey jerseys, hockey T-shirts, hockey. So, I just am, so excited. You just can't wait to that. Obviously the opening night is going to be amazing, but as you said, Steve, it's are you going to be able to keep that up all year long? Are you going to be able to keep it up in the winter when the weather's a little bad? And unlike traditional hockey schedule where we play a Friday, Saturday pretty much all the time, next year we're going to have some Thursday, Friday, some Sunday, Monday, some Saturday, Sunday games. It's not going to be always a Friday, Saturday. So, that'll be something new to our fans. It'll be a little different. And, again, we're going to have to reach out to areas beyond the confines of State College in order to make sure that we fulfill our promise.
Yeah. Well, I think the fans will travel up as they do for wrestling and basketball and volleyball and what have you. And